Proverbs 23, verse 23. Buy the truth and sell it not, also wisdom and instruction and understanding. Giving all praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Kodesh. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well and labor in the word and doctrine. Shalom and peace. May that be unto the elect of the nation of Israel. So buy the truth and sell it not, which means if you learn this truth, you're not meant to put it in a different form, a different package, and try to sell it off. Meaning to make gain, to make profit from it. The gaining that we're meant to make is gaining by trading this truth. So you use what you've learned, you invest your wisdom, and you double it, or triple it, you flip it. So a certain man will give him £1, turned it into £5, and the Lord gave him 5 cities to roll over. Similarly, £1, you turned it into 10. All right, you have 10 cities. One guy hid it in a napkin, all right, and pretended like he was hiding it to do good, but there's no good in getting this truth and just sitting on it. Riches are not comely for a niggard, right? Someone that's stingy with it. If you've got this truth, you might as well push it out. So Proverbs, the word for buy is the word quana. It says to get, acquire, create, buy, possess. When it says no man shall buy you, in Deuteronomy 28, is the word quana, right? And that's in the context of slavery. It's to redeem, if I'll say that. There is. Right, how much does he owe you? Bang, and then he bails him out, if you like. That's how you'd understand it. So that's a type of redeeming. So no one went, right, these Israelites have gone into slavery, let's buy them back. Right, no king in Africa went and said, right, how much is it for this guy? I'm going to buy him back. Yeah, but maybe it would happen 1 or 2 people there. But holistically, Israel never got redeemed. Israel never got, no one ever paid the pay. Right, to acquire, to cause, to possess, to be bought, to sell. So the word is makar. It says to sell, seller, participle, to be sold, to sell oneself, to be given over to death, to sell oneself. So to make profit, to make gain from this truth, using this truth, is not right. Okay? There's many things. You could sell fences, you could sell metal, you could sell anything. But why this truth? Right? This truth is a spiritual lifeline. Right, so it's priceless. See if I can find this. So it's Isaiah 55, verse 1. Said, Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that hath no money, come ye buy and eat. Yea, come buy wine and milk without money and without price. So there shouldn't be a right, give me a tenner and I'll start prophesying to you. If people want to give donations, if people want to pay tithes, pretty should pay tithes. But if people want to make donations, cool, that's okay. You can't stop someone from doing that. But you shouldn't be pushing it out like, right, we're not going to preach. We're not going to preach until you give us £50, $50 or whatever it is. Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that hath no money, come ye buy. Right, so you buy, you invest. You invest your time, you invest your spirit, right, into this word. And you will reap the benefits at the end, if you're of the elect. So there is a reward, and it's worth it. Okay, denying the... Let's find that. Right, Hebrews 11:23. It said, by faith Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents, because they saw he was a proper child, and they were not afraid of the king's commandment. By faith Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High, than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. So you have to make that separation between being of the world, and Moses was in a very unique position. But then we all have something in the world. It might not be a lot, especially compared to these other peoples, but we all have something, that we could go about, live it up with, and not care about this word. There's always something to snare you, right? And you'll get tried by that. The Lord will prove your integrity. So Moses, or in Hebrew Mashah, he didn't want to live it up with Pharaoh. He wasn't content with that. He wanted to be called who he was, and he wanted to suffer. He chose to suffer. And yet he had to make that conscious decision, right, to suffer, to go through things. So he wasn't selling out. He wasn't buying the truth and selling it. Isaiah 55, verse 1 again. Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that hath no money, come ye buy and eat. Yea, come, buy wine and milk without money and without price. So you have the wine representing ideology or doctrine. For example, Babylon pushed out their wine, the wine of fornication. And when they get judged, it'll be the wine of the wrath of the fornication, and all these nations are going to feel it. And milk, when you first come in, you learn the first principles. That's the milk of the scriptures. Just like a baby, it doesn't come out, eating a full-on steak. It'll come out, it'll have some lesser foods. Well, at first it'll start drinking from the breast of its mother. Then as it progresses, it'll have maybe mashed up baby food. And then after that, it'll progress to hard food. I don't mean yams. So without money and without price is how we buy this truth. You can't put a carnal investment into a spiritual entity. You have to invest. You have to come with faith. That's the true currency, and that can be increased. So it's a win-win. Your faith, just because you come in with faith, it doesn't get used up. Your faith is a mere catalyst. I look that word up. Verse 2. Wherefore do you spend money for that which is not bread, and your labour for that which satisfieth not? Hearken diligently unto me, and eat that which is good, and let your soul delight in its fatness. Alright, so people are spending money for that which is not bread. Right, they're spending money to learn of all these other ways. Right, and it's never going to fulfill you. It's never going to fill you up. Like when you junk food, right, it tastes good, but there's no substance. There's no sustenance. There's no nutrients in that. Even in the good food, right, there's barely any nutrients in it nowadays because it's been defiled, it's been, bred in a certain way, so on and so forth. But this truth is that non-GMO, that organic food, right? But everyone wants to spend money to get everything except this truth. Right, verse 2. Wherefore do you spend money for that which is not bread, and your labour for that which satisfieth not? Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight in its fatness. Right, and the fat is of course representing of a sacrifice. which when we come into this truth, we have to make our bodies a living sacrifice. Okay. Verse 3, incline your ear and come unto me, hear, and your soul shall live, and I'll make an everlasting covenant with you, even the sure mercies of David. And David got a lot of mercy. Right, he committed adultery, but was forgiven. That sin was covered through faith, and the Lord has mercy on whom will have mercy. You can't say that that's wicked. Just like if anyone gets judged for the same act or any other act for that matter, the Lord has complete authority over that. I'll leave it there. Quick hit. Buy the truth and sell it not. Make sure you're putting your time in the right place, your faith in the right place, your mind in the right place. Shalom.